The Boston Celtics are without a doubt the best team in the NBA, 31-9, and they are starting to run away with it. They're the first team to 30 wins. They got to 30 wins before they got to 10 losses. They're number 3 in defensive rating, number 3 in offensive rating, and number 1 in the net rating. They're also leading the league in both three-pointers attempted and three-pointers made. This is an absolute squad right here. They're running away with the record for the most wins in the league. They got the best starting five in the league. This team is stacked up. So stick around for the full video because we're going to be talking about it. They got the 5th highest rated lineup in the league with Derek White, Drew Holiday, the Killer Jays, and Tingus Pingus. And they could be having some big-time moves coming. Their bench unit is not great for a team that's trying to win a championship, having the 15th best bench in terms of offensive rating. Not great. However, they do have a big issue. They have negative $50 million in cap space, so they can't make a move for a big target unless it's somebody on a buyout type deal. So that's what we've addressed here. A couple of veteran options would be big for the Celtics, I feel like, because they need some more scoring off that bench. Obviously, you saw number 15 in offensive rating, so here are just a few options. Obviously, both of these guys would have to be a buyout type trades. Gordon Hayward, this one actually has some momentum behind it because the Hornets are actively shopping him. They could just ship him off, and then boom, he gets bought out. He's a Boston Celtic once again. Chris Paul could be interesting as well because we saw what happened last year when they had a really good point guard like Malcolm Brogdon running their backup unit. He won Sixth Man of the Year. They had a really, really nice bench, and maybe they even bring Brogdon back. So that's just for, options. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. They'd all probably have to be buyout because of their negative $50 million in cap, and they're not trading anybody. Now let's take a look at the stats here. Jayson Tatum averaging about 27 points per game, about 9 rebounds, and 4.5 assists a night, as well as shooting at 48% from the field, 35% from 3, 1 steal, only 80% from the line. For a guy that tries to get there so often, that's not fantastic. However, he needs to tweak his game a little bit. I know I'm just somebody out here on YouTube talking, but he's got to switch things up. He cannot keep taking so many pull threes, so many off the dribble threes. He is shooting the worst out of anybody in the league right now off the dribble threes, minimum like 100 attempts. Now they do have elite guard play. Jaylen Brown, he's up to about 23 points per game after I called him out for being overpaid earlier this season. Obviously, he's not listening to my video. He just stepped up his play a little bit. He's also averaging 4.7 rebounds and about 3.8 assists. Also, a good point was made. They bring in Drew Holiday. They bring in Tingus Pingus. He's not really a focal point of the offense. I mean, he is, but there's not near as many shots as there was last year for him. 48% from the field, 35% from 3 for the 27-year-old. So he still, is continuing to get better and better, still entering his prime at just 27 years old. Now, Derek White, Drew Holiday, this might be the best perimeter defensive guard duo in the league. 12.6 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, and 4.7 assists for Drew Holiday on the season, roughly. He's as solid as they come on the defensive end of the ball, or defensive side of the ball. He can lock down pretty much anybody on the perimeter. 45% from the field, 40% from 3 on 4.5 attempts as well. He was shooting it very poorly from 3 early in the season, but he has turned that around. He's also averaging a steal and a block. And again, he's the 5th option on offense. He's just a true point guard. Get others involved, play defense, and score when you have to. And that's what he does, and he does it very well. Derek White, 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for him. He's been playing really good basketball. Ever since the Derek White trade, the Boston Celtics have been NBA championship contenders. No lie. 49% from the field, 43% from 3, 1.2 steals, 1.3 blocks. Another guy that is a two-way star doing it on both sides of the ball. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a quick break here. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button as well. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. We're trying to keep growing this channel. We're trying to post every day, but it's a little tough right now. But yeah, just hit the subscribe button, turn on those post notifications so you are notified when we do post a video. And with that being said, let's go ahead and continue on here looking at the bench production. This bench unit was very much in question at the beginning of the year. However, Al Horford and company have really pulled together. Horford at 37 years old is getting up there in age, but he's still being a solid piece for them off of this bench. 7.5 points, 7 rebounds, 2.8 assists per game on 46% shooting from the field, 36% from 3. As solid as they come, still being able to give them about 26 minutes a night and a block. They lead the league in blocks. We'll get into that more later. But Horford has been big for them off the bench. Peyton Pritchard, who started slow but has really rebounded nicely, has been solid for them off the bench as well, and he's averaging about 7.1 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, about 3 assists on 42% shooting from the field, and 40% from 3. Very underrated numbers there from Peyton Pritchard, not gonna lie. Also, only averaging 0.6 turnovers as the backup point guard. Really solid, really solid. And then you have Sam Hauser, who, according to Joe Mazzulla, is not as bad at defense as we all think. Could be a little bit of racial stereotyping there, but in 23 minutes, Sam Hauser has been really good for the Celtics this year. He's been the guy that they needed somebody to step up, and he stepped up. 9 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 46% from the field, 43% from 3, 6 attempts per game. He's been really, really good. However, the biggest X factor for them coming from last season to this season has been the man himself, Kristaps Porzingis, Tingus Pingus down in the paint, averaging about 19 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. And due to the fact that they're not trying to get him injured, he might be on a little bit of a minutes restriction. If not, he's only playing 29 minutes a game. I guess they just don't need him to play big minutes to win regular season games. But he's shooting at 53% from the field, 33% from 3 on 4 attempts, averaging 29 minutes a game. His per 36 numbers are even better. 24 a night, 8.5 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game. Pretty solid numbers there. They are number 1 in blocks in the entire NBA. Like I said, they got Kristaps Porzingis. They got Al Horford. They got their other 2 bigs, which we're about to talk about. But Kristaps has been a huge part in helping them change that around. Now, the other bigs, Luke Kornet and Neemias Queta? I don't know really how to say his name. Never really studied up on that one. He just kind of came out of nowhere. He's been Luke Kornet's replacement due to injury, but now that Luke Kornet is back, he's kind of faded away a little bit. 5 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 1 block for Luke Kornet in 14 minutes. Those per 36 numbers are looking good. Close to 13 a game with over 2.5 blocks, or close to 2.5 blocks. Really good numbers there. Neemias Queta here. The backup's backup, but he was really good in the time that they needed him to come in. He also averaged about 5 points per game, 5 rebounds on 56% shooting from the field in 14 minutes. So overall, this roster is just well-rounded. I really like what they've built here in Boston. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I think they need to make one more move, though. I think they need one more bench scorer, whether it be Gordon Hayward, whether it be Malcolm Brogdon. I'd rather them get Brogdon than Chris Paul, but it doesn't look like the Blazers are interested in moving on from Brogdon. So we'll see what ends up happening. Looking ahead, here is the upcoming schedule for them. They got San Antonio tomorrow night, and they got Denver, Houston, Dallas, Miami. As you can see over in the right-hand side of the screen, they are running away with it. 3 games ahead of Milwaukee for second, and then 6 games ahead of Philadelphia for third, and then things get really close. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.